Hayley Badeaux. Hayley is the Chief Operations Officer at Shell Geismar Federal Credit Union in Geismar, Louisiana. Hayley will present her Credit Union 2.0 project, or as she puts it, Google plus Apple equals credit union greatness. Let's hear it for Hayley.
Hello. Okay. Good morning. I'm really excited to be here today. I'm really nervous, so excuse that. I also have the flu, and I have been deathly ill since I got here, actually on the plane ride here. So please bear with me. I'm the youngest competitor. I'm also from the smallest credit union, 29 million in assets, and by a random drawing, I was chosen to go first. What are the odds? And then the flu. I don't know. So I'm sure that y'all are wondering who this lovely lady is on the screen. Well, this is my mom, and she represents y'all. She's a baby boomer. She was not born before Common Era. No, actually, she is my biggest critic ever. And after the last video that we had to do for the presentation, she said, "Hayley, you did a really good job, but some of the things that you're proposing aren't very professional." I thought, of course you don't think they're professional, Mom. You're looking at it through baby boomer eyes. So, I know that y'all hear the word millennials a lot. We're practically beat over the head with millennial statistics, such as the U.S. Bureau of Statistics projecting that by the year 2025, 75% of the workforce will be made up of millennials. Let's think about that for just a moment. In 10 years, the workplace will be 75% made up of millennials. That's a big number. I know that we read articles every day about how to change your workplace culture to attract millennials and how to attract millennials as members. And that's where Credit Union 2.0 comes into play. So what is Credit Union 2.0? Well, it's an evolution of what we believe workplace culture and retail environment is evolving to be. We've worked really hard at Shell Geismar to change our workplace culture. Before the current management was in place, we were like many other small credit unions. We had no real brand, no defined culture. Promotions were given by seniority, not necessarily by skill set. And information was top-heavy. So what did this create for us? Well, it created a mediocre work environment. I mean, let's think about it. I'm sure some of y'all go to work every day and y'all don't like the culture. Y'all are counting down to retirement. What if that changed? What if you were excited to go to work every day? What if you worked at a place that had a culture that was fun and innovative? So, what have we done to change our workplace culture? Well, we believe in a work-life blend, which means that we don't ask or expect employees to leave their personal lives at the door. In today's time, that's unrealistic. You spend more time with your coworkers than you do with your family and friends. And so we want an honest and open communication with our employees. How many of y'all, by show of hands, do not allow social media or cell phones at work? I know there's some of y'all. If you don't allow it, then you're possibly losing money. Because in a recent study done by Cisco, millennials actually will get paid less money, take a lower salary, if they can use social media and their cell phones at work. That's a big deal. So, as I said, we encourage our employees to have open and honest communication, and we also have a family-first work culture. So we allow our employees to bring their kids to work if they're sick. It helps. confused because I'm not seeing the slides. Oh, there we go. So let's talk about innovation. This is our innovation center at work. It is a whiteboard. We actually painted a wall with whiteboard paint, and we have innovation tournaments for our employees. So any given day, there might be a question up there about, give us your out-of-the-box idea or break-the-glass idea. We need to do loans. We need more loans. What's your idea on that? The big thing about that, and we give prizes as well, but the big thing isn't just asking our employees for their ideas. It's actually implementing them. So we have to go that extra step to make sure that we use their ideas. Millennials, they really thrive in innovative cultures. So, employee investment. What do we do to invest in our employees? I've gotten my notary license while working at Shell Geismar, and work paid for it. I'm also going back to college at ULM for organizational leadership, and I'm allowed 4 hours on the clock every week for homework, study, anything like that. We give that to all of our employees. Employees are our biggest asset, so you have to make sure that you're investing in them. Actually did better than I thought. I don't need these. We also allow our employees to go to as many conferences, lead conventions, and workshops. We have a YPN in our state that's really good. It has over 300 members. And we also encourage networking through the YPN and the Young Professionals Network and letting them get out and meet other young professionals. So just as we focus on our employees, we also focus on our member experience. And that's where the redefined retail strategy comes into play. In our environment, as you saw in the earlier picture, we have massage chairs, and our members as well as our employees can use them. We also have a spa-like atmosphere with spa scents. We have mocktails, fruit-infused water, and a snack bar. And these are little things that you can do. They're not really that expensive. And our members, they come into our credit union just to use those things. They don't even, they might not even have a transaction, but they love it. They love the environment. We worked really hard with Cunify Fiserv to get our core running off of Surface Pros. And that way we can take the Surface Pro anywhere in our building or to the local Starbucks or something like that, and we can open accounts or answer questions. It really helps to, open up that teller line, to get rid of that teller line, or the pod AT&T model that a lot of people are going to. We actually want to change and do the Apple retail strategy model for our store, for our credit union. So what are the results? Well, 58% of new members in the previous quarter were millennials, and we have a 90% employee retention rate. We also have increased employee and member satisfaction. Some big results. So, with all that being said, I'd like to ask you to go back to your credit union and make a change today. I'd like for you to see if you have a young professional on your board. See if you have a young professional in your senior management team. If you don't, get one. How can you expect to reach millennials or to attract millennials, the employees and members, if you don't have representation of that generation? Done.
Well, just so you know, Hayley, I think you did a fantastic job. She was flat out sick, barely could make it out of bed at 10 a.m. So another round of applause, please. She just did amazing.
Thank you.
Yes. So we're going to have some Q&A with our esteemed judging panel. Let's start with Brandon. What do you got?
Great job. I know that you were not feeling good, so kudos to you.
They have a trash can here for me. Thank God I didn't have to use it.
Thank God for that, right? So how did you convince your leader that to embark on this path? How did you convince him that this was a great idea and to walk down this path?
A very good question. My leader is right here in the room, Ronaldo Hardy, And it was a collaborative effort. He put in place basically a young professional management team. So we work really hard all together, coming up with ideas and what we can do. So it was as much as him convincing me as me convincing him.
Great, thank you.
Dee Dee.
Thanks, Hayley. Nice to meet you in person.
Nice to meet you as well.
Do you feel better after giving the speech?
I do feel a
Awesome.
little bit better.
Very good. I'd like to ask a little bit, if you could share a little bit about how you, by you I mean your credit union, comes about to create an innovative idea. And the second part is, what % of your innovative ideas are actually implemented? Just ballpark.
Okay, so you said how we
How
go about...
How does it happen? Yeah.
Okay, so as you saw in the presentation, that whiteboard, that's how it happens. Innovation tournaments, I mean, our employees all have really good ideas. You just have to kind of coax it out of them. So we take that. We listen to the members, and we hear what they want to do, and then we're able to kind of bounce off of that and make it innovative, make it fun. And then ballpark figure how many we implement. Well, out of each tournament, which we do probably maybe 2 or 3 big ones a quarter, we implement at least one of those ideas out of that. But we have ideas every day coming from staff. It's not just in those tournaments, so I would say probably about 60%.
Thank you.
Great. Tammy, we're going to start with you on our next contestant, because we're keeping it to 10 minutes per. They talked for about 7, and we've got 3 minutes allocated for Q&A. So let's hear it once again for Hayley. Great. Well done.
Thanks, Rob.
All righty.